which is neg.
Try it as my neck and try to neck chalk her.
You would think the hardest part of running a pawn shop is the customers, but what if the biggest threat to every single deal was the family running it?
She's out of control. She's stepping in the middle of my deal.
You're both out of control.
She's the one who stepped in the deal.
Enough!
And every customer caught the crossfire.
Either join us or don't.
Then I quit. I'm done.
You're not done.
Watch.
You're not done.
It started the way most things between those two start, with a comment that was just sharp enough to draw blood. Ashley had made a decision on the floor, Seth had made it clear he disagreed, and somewhere between the second and third exchange, the professional veneer cracked completely. Voices climbed, staff members found reasons to be elsewhere. The customers still in the building went very still. Then Ashley said something, quiet enough that only Seth heard it. Whatever it was, it reached somewhere past the argument, past the rivalry, past every year of built-up tension sitting between them, and Seth's hands moved before his brain could file any kind of objection. There are moments in that building that people talk about for years. This became one of them. What followed was not a conversation. It was a verdict delivered in real time, in front of every employee, every customer, and every camera in the building. Les put himself between them and turned to Seth first, and what he said stripped every ounce of justification out of that room without a single dramatic pause. By the end, neither of them was looking at each other. By the end, neither of them was looking at him either. A Cherokee customer walks in with a full Native American collection, and Les is already doing the mental math on whether this could be an easy flip.
For you. This is a tomahawk right here. This is the war club. And then this is actually, they're all pewter belt buckles.
One piece in particular has a carved face on it, and that detail alone has Les's interest up. But then comes the question that always matters most.
Native American items actually sell very well in the store. These aren't original artifacts, but they are unique.
$22.50 for the whole set. Les goes quiet for a moment, but before the negotiation even begins, something in that collection catches a completely different kind of attention.
If I can get it for a good price, I know I'm gonna have no problem flipping it. All right, so how much are you looking for?
Probably around $250.
Someone just pointed out that one of those
Resembles you, doesn't it?
It's closer to you.
It is, right?
It's the same color hair.
The laughter in the room confirmed it before Ashley could even react, because when everyone agrees that fast, there's really no walking it back.
I agree with you. It's true, it looks just like her.
Seth tried the "I'm kidding" exit, but paired it with a $90 offer, somehow managing to offend Ashley and lowball the customer in one breath.
I think that's kind of rude.
I'm kidding.
Don't pay attention to her. 90 bucks?
No, actually, I'm not interested.
Now the deal is dead. Seth and Ashley are already mid-argument, and the customer is just standing there watching a family implosion unfold in real time.
I don't want to fight in front of the customer, but I don't agree with her. Sorry, man.
Okay, well, I guess that's it. Sorry, I didn't mean that.
Ashley wasn't dropping it, and Seth knew exactly what that meant, because once those two lock in, no customer, no deal, nothing else on earth exists.
It's a problem.
He was rude, Seth.
He was just joking.
He was not joking.
Seth called it a joke, Ashley called it rude, and honestly, neither was entirely wrong, but only one of them was still keeping score.
My sister takes things way too personally.
He was rude.
Whatever, Ash.
He was not joking. He was rude.
Ashley saved her most devastating line for last, and the door she very much wanted to slam was the only thing that didn't get the last word.
You can't close the deal because your ego gets in the way.
Don't slam a door in my face.
With the door still rattling from that argument, Ashley heads back to the floor and walks straight into a deal that's about to test her patience all over again.
My grandfather worked on a railroad in the early 1900s.
It's beautiful.
And I also have other things if you
Sure, let me see what else you got.
Peter came in with a railroad watch from the early 1900s, even names a price.
How much money were you looking for?
3,000.
Okay. Let's see what we can make happen.
$3,000. Ashley doesn't flinch, calls in Brian to check the gold, because before she commits to anything, she wants the numbers to do the talking.
What I can do is I can offer you a buy price of $2,000.
That's not enough.
First, Brian's done his part, and Ashley comes back with $2,000 flat, a number that lands noticeably far from where Peter was standing.
20.
Ashley holds hers, and the gap between them isn't closing. It's just getting more politely uncomfortable with every counter.
I'll make you a fair deal at $22.50.
25 is the least I'll take. That's where I'm at.
$22.50. Peter nudges it to $2,500, and the room is basically watching two people who both think they're being more than reasonable.
I'm giving you a gift. $2,400? Final offer.
Peter thanks her warmly anyway, the kind of gracious that makes Ashley's attitude stand out even more. Then Ashley pushes. One last offer across the table.
Really?
Why didn't I get that in the beginning, that offer?
Do you know where you are? You're at a pawn shop.
I know that. I
We
realize
negotiate.
Ashley was so offended you could
that. Thank you, ma'am.
Have a good day.
Okay.
Ashley responds with an eye roll that said everything she probably should have kept to herself, because Seth, standing right there, took it worse than Peter.
I just dealt with this guy. He gave me 2 ounces of gold, and he wanted $3,000.
Ashley walks over to recap the deal like she's the victim of it. Met him at $2,400. He walked. End of story. Nothing to see here.
I was actually on the showroom floor. You treated the guy like crap, and you lowballed him right off the bat.
Except Seth, who saw the whole thing go down and wasn't about to let the recap be that clean. Because lowballing someone and having an attitude isn't exactly a negotiation strategy.
Oh, I did not lowball him, Seth.
Well, obviously you blew the deal, didn't you?
You know what, Seth? Why did I even come in here?
I don't know.
Ashley pushes back immediately, but the more she explains, the clearer it becomes that she still doesn't quite see what everyone else in the room already does.
I don't even need to talk to you about this anymore.
Ashley's screwing up left and right. At this rate, we're gonna lose every single customer she deals with.
After that fight, Ashley craved revenge on Seth and wanted to put him down in front of a customer just like he did to her. Soon, the perfect opportunity walked in.
I've got a 1970 Detroit Tiger autographed baseball.
How'd you get it?
My grandfather left it to me.
Seth sees a great opportunity and genuinely wants to make an offer. This isn't window shopping. He wants to buy it, and the deal is already forming in his head.
This is a great collector's piece. It's signed by not only L. Kaline, but Norm Cash. For the right price, I'll be able to make a huge score on it.
Not a Detroit fan and not attached to it either. He just wants to sell it, fund a trip to Puerto Rico, and get straight down to the numbers.
How much are you looking for?
I'm looking to get $1,500 for it.
1,500?
Him wanting money was perfectly fine, but the ball definitely wasn't worth that much. And Seth made that crystal clear while still keeping the negotiation going on his terms.
I'm gonna give my brother a taste of his own medicine. Hi.
So how much are you?
What have you got here?
I've got a 1970 Detroit Tiger autographed baseball.
Seth knew exactly what Ashley was doing, and that smirk on her face gave it away. So when she started asking questions about the ball, he just had to ask.
What do you know about baseballs?
A lot.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Haven't we already established that Ashley knows absolutely nothing about baseball?
She knew absolutely nothing about it, but that was never going to stop her because her intentions were never to actually buy it. She could not be any less interested.
So 1,500.
Do you know anybody on the 1970 Tigers? Look at that ball.
Completely ignoring everything Seth just said, Ashley acted like he wasn't even in the room at all, and the customer was left standing there, visibly annoyed and completely confused.
Who am I negotiating here with?
What did he offer you so far?
I haven't been given a number yet.
Ashley kept pushing anyway. The customer threw out $1,200, and just as Seth was about to negotiate himself, Ashley jumped in with a number that stunned the entire room.
How about 250?
$250? No way. No way. That wouldn't get me to Georgia.
Seth was visibly getting more and more upset, but not wanting to fight in front of the customer, he held it together and just focused on somehow saving the deal.
You know anything about this ball, Ash?
Can't
Before
do
you
it.
put out any offers? How about 500?
No, it's got to be higher.
The customer said no to even $500, so the next logical step was to go up a little, but Ashley couldn't care less about closing anything at this point.
I said 250.
I'm at 500. Do you know who signed that ball, Ash?
Who am I negotiating here with?
Do you know anybody who signed that ball?
That was Seth's breaking point. He could not stand her anymore. But Ashley was having more fun than you could imagine, and the only real victim here was the customer.
I'm sorry, since when do you know anything about baseballs, Ash? Since when do you know anything
I
about
know
that?
a lot.
You know what? This is
not worth
it. Can I get my ball back?
They were so deep in the bickering that when the customer actually tried to pull back from the deal, neither of them even noticed. And somehow, it still got worse.
Can I have my ball back?
Do you want to give him his ball back, or do you want to act like a
I don't
total
know.
ass?
I want to spit out another price to really insult him.
Are you serious?
The whole store was watching at this point, and the poor customer, who just wanted to fund a trip, was left standing there with absolutely no clue what to do.
You have so many balls over there that you can't even sell.
Yeah, but
Listen,
it's
you
not
two.
autograph like-
I'm gonna
Do you
take
know
my
how many
ball back.
balls you have
Autograph,
over
the
there?
same
Do you
condition.
know how many balls you have over there?
The real issue finally surfaced. This was a full ego clash, loud enough for the whole room. But Lees knew his kids and knew exactly what would make them stop.
What is your problem?
Day in and day out. All you do.
You can't close a deal. You just don't know how to close a deal.
Painfully hilarious, everyone in the room went completely drop-dead silent except for those two. The beeping noise did nothing either, and at this point, absolutely nothing was going to work.
I close
You do
every
not
deal.
close any deal.
Yes, I do.
No, you do,
Wait a second.
Ashley actually refused to give the ball back, acting like a deal was still somehow on the table after all of that. And as expected, the customer was completely done.
I'll take my business elsewhere, and you two can finish this up on your own time. You're wasting mine. I thought you were professionals and tactful. Evidently, I was.
The customer literally walked out saying his goodbyes to them, and both Ashley and Seth didn't even glance his way, fully locked in the argument like he was never there.
I'm sorry that you had to deal with the most unprofessional human being
Thank you
on
very
this
much.
planet.
Why would you come in? Why would you step in the middle of that deal?
Les had been patiently waiting for it to resolve on its own, but both of them were completely out of control now, and it was time to step in himself.
What the hell is hey? Enough! What the hell is wrong with you? Do not understand the number one rule. You never argue on the floor.
Jesus.
I don't want to hear it.
Les knew just shutting them up wasn't enough. It would erupt uglier next time. So he called them to his office, but they didn't even stop arguing on the way.
She's out of control. She's stepping in the middle of my deal.
You're both out of
She's the
control.
one who stepped in the deal.
Enough!
It felt like both of them were cursed to argue nonstop. Les could not believe how bad it was getting by the minute, and even he was feeling completely helpless.
Shut up. I'm in the middle of a deal. I don't know how to run this store. I'm not.
You
I'm
treat
jumping in.
everybody
I'm
like
jumping
you
in.
have
kidding
a
me?
store.
The water was now completely above Les's head. He'd seen them fight before, but this was a full-on word war, and even he didn't know how to make it stop.
Shut up and be quiet. Now that's enough.
What he did this morning, he stepped into my deal.
Les could not believe something that small had started all of this, but before Ashley could even finish laying out her full complaint, Seth jumped straight back in again anyway.
And I closed it. I closed the deal.
I swear to God, I'm gonna smack you.
Move over here.
I'm gonna
Move
smack
away.
You. I'm gonna smack you.
This is what you call professional?
Just one line from each of them was all Les needed. There was no single culprit here. Both were equally out of control, and he could not be more disappointed.
Shut up! Shut the up for a change. I have never been more embarrassed of my children.
Les has always had one golden rule: no arguing on the floor, because if his own kids do it, there's no controlling the employees. And Seth just made it worse.
Send her home.
Both of you go home right this minute. Don't even say another word.
Les had just laid down the law, but those two were barely out of his office before the floor handed Ashley another customer and another chance to get it wrong.
I don't know what's going on with my sister today, but she screwed up a couple deals that would have been good for business. I'm gonna stay on the floor and keep an eye on.
Seth's already clocked Ashley's mood and decided to stay close. Not to help, just to watch, because something about today tells him this isn't over yet.
So what's the least you take for everything? How much you want total?
For this, I would like at least $3 grand.
That's the least you take.
At least I'll take.
Okay.
$3 grand for everything. The guy's not budging on that number, and Ashley now has a decision to make before this conversation gets any more uncomfortable than it already is.
I can't quote you a price until I see everything. So go get your other stuff.
Until she sees all of it, which means this guy has to make another trip before any number gets discussed.
What can you quote me on just this load?
It's a lot to drive back and forth and load all this stuff up.
But you want $3,000 for everything.
He's already done the heavy lifting once today, and driving back feels pointless, so he throws out $3,000 flat and hopes that's enough to just get this over with.
What am I gonna do with warming tiles?
Underneath heated making.
Okay, I don't want those. Now what?
Warming tiles weren't exactly what Ashley had in mind, and her face made that clear before a single word came out. The enthusiasm in the room dropped immediately.
I'm not trying to waste your time, okay? I'm trying to just get a price for this low.
Okay, so you want $675?
She hit him with $675, and somewhere across the floor, Seth's entire face changed, because that number wasn't an offer. It was basically an insult with a dollar sign.
Ashley's lowballing this guy, and she has no idea how much this stuff is actually worth. This guy has a lot of good stuff. I need to step in and take control.
Seth's seen enough. Ashley has no idea what any of this stuff is actually worth, and if nobody steps in right now, a genuinely good deal walks out the door.
It's getting too little to where I want to be on this.
I think I'm nauseous.
The number was too low, the energy was off, and he's not interested in going back and forth with someone who clearly isn't either.
If I decide not to pay top dollar for home goods, that's my decision, and Seth needs to respect that.
Ashley is standing firm like she made a perfectly reasonable call. Waiting any longer simply isn't an option at this point.
Is my sister out of her mind? These home improvement goods are worth way more than what she offered.
5 for that load of goods is not negotiating. It's practically giving the man a reason to never walk back in.
Seth, I quoted him.
I know, but if this load's $600, I'm going to take it.
That's where I started.
But you're being nauseous.
Ashley isn't backing down, and Seth isn't letting it go, and the customer is just grand now. Bring the rest, and he'll make up the difference if it warrants it. Simple, clean, and actually respectful.
Okay.
Deal?
All right, deal.
All right, so bring the other stuff. We'll get you written up when you come in, all right?
All right, thank you.
Stop. You're being obnoxious to him.
Ashley is fuming and not hiding it for a second. As far as she's concerned, Seth hijacked her deal, and she has zero intention of letting that slide quietly.
You know what? My number one rule is never argue on the showroom floor.
This is not the time to get into this kind of discussion.
We'll deal with it later.
This is funny. It stopped being funny a long time ago for everyone else.
I expect you to be out there like a professional. Now go out there and go to work with your brother.
Okay, Dad.
Right back out the other.
So, Dad sent me out here to work with you, and since you're in such a crappy mood, I got this one. Oh, look.
Seth already knows the second Ashley shows up with that energy that this isn't going to be a normal deal, and the smirk on her face basically confirms it immediately.
This should be fun.
Yep, should be fun.
We replaced the toilet in her house with one that's a low flow.
A toilet. Someone actually drove it in, and Ashley jumped on it before Seth could say a word, which means this was never really about the toilet at all.
It's an original 1955 Elger.
$400 for a toilet from someone's house, and somehow the customer is saying it completely straight-faced, which makes the whole moment even harder to process.
How much do you want for this toilet?
$400.
She's got a reference price, and she believes in it. $600 for a pink one online, so $400 for this one feels reasonable in her head at least.
They don't make them anymore, and I saw a pink one online, and they wanted $600.
Ashley's not buying the logic, and she's not pretending to either. Astronomical was the word she used, and she clearly meant every syllable of it without any hesitation.
So here's my thinking. Asking for the amount of money that you're asking for is really astronomical. So what are you coming down to?
$200 was still too high for Ashley, and she kept pushing lower. Seth, watching from the side, is wondering why his sister is negotiating a toilet in the first place.
Why is my sister even negotiating? This isn't American jewelry and toilet.
Seth is genuinely baffled. This isn't a jewelry deal or a storage haul. It's a toilet from someone's house, and Ashley is in full serious negotiation mode over it.
How about $50?
$10?
$50. Then $10. The customer just wanted it gone, and Ashley just wanted to spend the least amount possible. So somehow those two goals landed on the same number.
I know this is a crap $10 to get under my brother's skin is all worth it.
Ashley didn't buy that toilet because it was a good investment. She bought it for $10 specifically to get under Seth's skin, and she is absolutely thrilled about it.
My sister has no idea how this business works. Who in their right mind is gonna buy something like this?
Seth cannot believe what he's looking at. A used toilet is now officially store inventory, and Ashley is standing there looking completely satisfied with her decision.
I don't want to hear it. I'm in charge. I made the decision, $10.
Awesome. Bobby J, wheel it to the back, please.
Seth starts making his case, and Ashley has already decided she doesn't want to hear it. She's in charge, she made the call, and that's the end of it, apparently.
What the hell are you doing? So you give me all the time about buying stupid stuff.
Yeah?
You're gonna spend $10 on a toilet?
Yeah, it's
You're really gonna spend $10? This is what you do when you're in charge.
Seth goes straight at her about buying ridiculous stuff, which lands differently when she's standing next to an actual toilet she just paid $10 for out of spite.
Seth, do you understand how much toilets sell for nowadays?
Dude, it's a 1950s toilet.
You make a profit.
You're gonna make a profit?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Ashley is not backing down. She knows what a 1950s toilet is worth, and she's not going to let Seth stand there and act like this was a stupid move. Seth pulls out $20. All dollars on the spot. He'll double her money right now just to take ownership of this toilet, which tells you exactly what he's planning to do with it.
Here's 20. Meet me outside.
Where are you going?
Go get Dad and meet me outside.
More is that way.
See you out there.
Ashley takes the 20, Seth grabs the toilet, and now he's calling everyone outside. Whatever is about to happen next was clearly thought through the second he handed her that bill.
Ashley's been on my back all day long. I can't deal with her anymore. Bobby J, bring it this way.
Ashley has been on Seth's nerves all day, and this toilet just became the breaking point. Bobby J's helping move it, and whatever Seth has planned, it's not going back on the shelf.
What is he doing?
I have no idea, but it can't be good.
Nobody in the store knows exactly what Seth is about to do, but the energy in that parking lot already feels like something you don't want to miss.
What are you doing?
Seth!
Seth took a hammer to it, full swing, right there in the parking lot, and then got in his car and drove off, leaving everyone standing there in complete silence.
Where are you going?
Ashley has pushed Seth too far. Something's gotta change.
Les is watching the pieces of a $10 toilet scattered across his parking lot and trying to figure out which part of today he is most disappointed about.
Seth, listen to me. Take it easy.
Crazy.
He's not crazy. You know what? It's all on you.
With Seth still fuming in the parking lot, the dust barely settled before Ashley was back inside, and this time she walked straight into Seth's territory, looking for a fight.
I just talked to Rich. I looked out on the sales floor, and the entire wall where the TVs are is empty.
Yeah?
Ashley came in with a point to make, and Seth could tell the second she walked in, this wasn't a casual check-in. She had something loaded and ready to fire.
So I have a problem with that because I think that Rich needs to make sure that the sales floor is really equipped.
Really?
Yep.
Seth isn't letting this one go quietly. The TV wall is empty. Rich dropped the ball, and as far as Seth is concerned, someone needs to be held accountable right now.
Did you ever think of the fact that maybe we don't have any TVs and we check on it every day?
Ashley's not taking that lying down. She's fully aware of the situation, and the last thing she needs is Seth acting like she's blind to what's happening in her own store.
We do have TVs, Seth. They're back there.
They're
do we
all
not have?
gone.
Do we?
Ash,
No, they're not, Seth.
We are fully out of TVs.
Well, then maybe Rich didn't know that.
They are now both absolutely certain they are right, and neither one of them is even slightly interested in hearing the other one out for a single second.
Maybe you didn't know. I'm aware that we don't have TVs. You should be aware that we don't have TVs.
Seth throws Rich under the bus, and Ashley catches it midair, because if anyone should have known about the TVs, it was the person standing right in front of her.
Don't take it personally.
I'm not taking it personally.
You are.
I'm
You
talking about the
you
store.
think I'm just attacking
I'm talking
you.
about the store with every issue I have said.
Ashley is done being talked to like she's the problem. She came here to sort something out and somehow ended up being the one on trial instead.
Have your empty shell, Seth. I was trying to help a store. I can't run every single department.
You're not running any department.
When I bring it to your attention,
You're not
say,
running
go
anything.
handle it. Go handle that.
Seth is not interested in the explanation. bring it to his attention all you want, but at some point, someone actually has to go fix it. And that someone is not him.
Are you handling it?
I'm bringing it to your
Are
attention.
you handling it?
I am bringing it to your attention.
Thank
period.
you. Noted.
Ashley hits him with a flat "noted" and walks, which is somehow more cutting than anything else she could have said, and Seth knows exactly how much that was meant to sting.
My sister's going around the store creating all these problems. She needs to mind her own business because I know eventually I'm gonna have to put out all the fires she's creating.
Seth is already running the math on how many other fires Ashley has started today, and the number is high enough that he's decided someone upstairs needs to hear about this.
Seth needs to give me the respect that I deserve. I'm a manager too, and I have the right to call out employees when they're not doing their right.
Ashley isn't cooling down either. She has the title, she has the role, and Seth treating her like background noise has officially crossed a line she is not willing to ignore.
So either my dad's gonna handle it or I will. It's bullshit already.
I've got a serious problem. Seriously, you're always defending Ashley?
Seth walked into Les's office with his mind already made up. This wasn't going to be a casual conversation. He came with a full case, and Les was going to hear all of it.
You know what she's doing? No, seriously.
You're coming in yelling at me. Hey, first slow down, then we can talk.
Les barely gets a word in before Seth is already 3 points deep, and Les is trying to slow the whole thing down before it turns into something he has to officially referee.
She doesn't know anything that's going on here. She's having Rich pull TVs that don't exist.
Seth lays out the TV situation, and from his angle, it's airtight. Ashley gave Rich a job that didn't make sense, and now the whole floor is paying for it.
Ashley saw empty display cases, and there's no TVs for sale.
I understand that.
She tells Rich to go fill them up.
Lise already knows the other half of the story. Ashley saw empty cases and told someone to fix it, which on paper isn't actually the worst instinct in the world.
Because he wants to appease her.
Well, that was stupid. And Rich should tell her.
He's
And
scared of her.
I understand that. Well,
Ashley walks around this place wanting to be a manager. She's either half in or half out. She's never fully in.
Les is threading a needle here. Rich should have pushed back. Ashley should have checked. And Seth is standing there wanting a verdict when the whole thing is just a mess.
So then deal with it.
I will handle it.
You're just gonna give her a slap on the wrist, and the same gonna happen
I'll
next week.
make the decisions, not you.
Fine.
I don't hear about it anymore.
Seth doesn't want to promise. He wants action. Because as far as he's concerned, every time Les says he'll handle it, Ashley walks away with nothing but a conversation.
And just take control, or else I will.
Enough. I'll take care
So
of
do
it.
Les shuts it down, and Seth walks out. But the look on his face says he already knows exactly how this plays out, and he's not expecting anything to actually change. A hair joke, a $10 toilet, and an empty TV wall somehow managed to pull an entire family apart in one shift. The deals were secondary. The drama was the main event today. Hit subscribe if you want more of this chaos, and let us know in the comments, does Ashley go too far, or is Seth just too sensitive? And if you want to watch something crazier, this next video is just for you.